Ooh, here we have some relaxing summer coffee jazz. This thing had a mute button, but it didn't work. Remind me not to use this headset for work, actually. Anyone who works in customer service knows that you need to have a functioning mute button in order to preserve sanity. Down to 50 kilometers, disengage the afterburning engine. Be dropping below Mach 1 here shortly. Cover your ears, folks. There we go. "30 kilometers out. Stay above the cloud cover just a little while longer. We have one ridge out here where the pyramids are. Pretty much fly directly over top of it. Let's see if we can watch that ridge on the ground altimeter here. Dropping down below 2 kilometers, 1900. Here, descending slightly to November level. There we go, not really descending. 2000. 2300. I think we've pretty much cleared that ridge. From 22 kilometers out, yeah, we cleared that ridge. Paying attention to the broken landing gear and the defunct. Yeah, that's pretty close, actually. What's that goat doing up here in the mountains? No, we're still a ways out. Starting to clear here. And still burning well over half our fuel getting here. Guess we didn't need to slow it down quite this early, did we? Those kilometers melt away so much faster when you're Mach 2. Gas there. One more turn, scrub off a little more speed. Luckily, Shadow decided to go find himself a snack. Oh, watch out for those lights there. Barely hear them, but you can hear the brakes locking up there. Do our passenger exchange. And then head back. Still waiting for the passenger exchange. I usually try to find it counting down. By the time I do, it's over. Phipps Junkyard, Desert Airfield. There we are. 17 seconds. 15, 14. I think you know how the rest goes. Passengers exchange, request clearance. Clearance. Ready, Roger. Alright, back to KSC. And I'm remembering actually, the last time I did this flight, we kind of had a panic moment and wound up stopping at Jeb's Junkyard. So let's just add a little bit of fuel, just so we don't, run out. Yeah, that's got to do it right there. That means we can also fire the afterburners up to get us out of here. Flight 1081. Is it both 1081? We're doing two flights here. And 1082. 1081 and 1082 simultaneously. What terrific work. Well, welcome aboard to the return leg, flight 1082. Back to the KSC runway. Get her turned around, it's not much of a runway. Who's on the rudder pedals there? Come on. Clear for departure. Proceed to the runway? Yeah, well, we're kind of hard. Engines in full. Afterburner takeoff. Hold on to your drinks. And back into the clouds we go. I don't see it, but I know it's at 90 white when I see it. Oh, there it is. The icon on the 8-ball there is very, very similar color to orange. Makes it a little harder to read, but we know where the heading needs to be 90 degrees. So 90 degrees, we get there. throttle, afterburner's on. Another short hop back to the KSC runway. I'm liking the relaxing ambient jazz, but the fireplace effect is kind of tripping me out. Oh well, Mach 2. Right about there. Start leveling her off. That should do it. Yeah, we didn't need any fuel. This is a version of this plane that doesn't have the extra fuel tank right here. That's probably the one that needs to stop for fuel for this run. Possibly, I ran up to the desert airfield and then up here to Mojave Sands. Can't even see on the map where it's Mojave Sands. Can't see it. It's weird. There's a new station. Yeah, that's exactly where the crew is. Yeah, well, we went up to get you in just a couple of minutes. Look up, you see it. With the distant object enhancement mod, I'm kind of thinking I should be able to see a pretty big craft like that from down here. Maybe it's not. Set as target, we should be able to see it? Maybe not. Well, it's up there. It is pretty high, 148 kilometers distance. 148 kilometers. I guess you just can't see that far. Oh well. 596 kilometers to go. Now at our cruising speed and altitude, just waiting for the miles to soak in. I'm gonna have to change that music. I always love this track. Not that one. Not the Miller beer either. Wow, what am I getting? They're all good. Seabird Classics. That's really helping. There we go. Now we're cooking. kilometers. Looks like around 8 minutes on the clock at this speed. A little longer, of course. We'll slow it down as we get close to home. Someone's getting a little off course here. And time for our customary return trip, walk through the cabin. We have 2 pilots on board as per requirements of the contract, but only 1 pilot seat on this craft. So Tomcast here, he's just along for the ride. Let's go have a look around. Got this, Jeb. Yeah, Jeb looks, he's ready, he's prepped, he's good. Can't see any stars. Guess that's good. Hey, welcome aboard, Draco Lee Gray. Sure, we've got a seat for you here somewhere. They're all full there. Full there as well. Didn't realize it was such a full flight. Wow, is every seat full? Uh-oh, maybe no seats for you. Oh, there we go. 1 seat left. Yep, back aboard the triple fuselage. This is one of the larger variations of this one, just about pushing the edge of what this twin engine can do. Just about time to abandon this paradigm as we have unlocked some newer airplane parts. Just a matter of building them into efficient aircraft. First test of an aircraft using the larger airplane parts, it didn't seem like it was any better than this. It was just physically larger, just didn't hold more people / Kerbals. Yeah, thanks to the view, things are looking pretty good at this altitude. A little rougher down there. Glad we're not dealing with that. Yeah. 275 kilometers to go. Yeah, good. Enjoy the relaxing ride. Seabird Classics carrying us through the rest of the flight here. Once we get back home, we have a rocket on the pad ready to take, I'm not taking anybody up, but they're going up to dock with the Eve test station and bring the crew home. airplanes here in the hangar. NPD, that's the new plane design. Looks good. It doesn't really fly right. I think it's too heavy, too much fuel. What we're looking for, right? Looking out here. We don't have anything else here worth launching. It's time to stop the airline for a little bit and skip ahead to that Kerbalism Kareer window here. Maybe we'll jump ahead to 100 days or so without any airplanes. Wrap up some of our airline contracts and then jump ahead 100 days. I said what in the previous? There's another launch coming up on the ground. Or we're going up to get the Eve crew. Well, the Eve test crew were actually seven Kerbals, and we need 2 vessels to bring that many Kerbals down because we only have a 4 crew and a 3 crew version. Yeah, actually, most of it is played in real time. Skip ahead through some of the transfer windows, but I mean, not all in real time because we're on year 11, but a lot of it. Ultra slow burn career. 120 kilometers. They had enough time to harvest 2 sets of food. To forget. Not that long, really. It went out to Minmus and back. So that's 12, 14 days each way, and then I think they were out there for around 40 days. That's the crew cabins. Yeah, they get a little hot. Engines are nice and toasty, nothing wrong with them, but yeah, the crew cabins get a little warm. Looks okay, there's Matterhorn. I know where we are now. Or is it Caterhorn? Okay, time to go back to joystick control. That much extra fuel, we definitely would not have made it back. Adding in a little bit of fuel, so good move on the flight crew. A lot of G's, but pilot didn't pass out. That was the important part. I think some of the crew might have. Passengers. frame lengths of grid work out anyways. Their brakes really heat up. Don't know why. We should have done a flyby of the rocket on the pad, but we're so close. Entry physics area for the rocket on the pad. Nailed it. You're all aware of their seatbelts. Besides, it's jet. You gotta expect it a bit. There we go. Fast the seatbelt is turned off. You may clean up your own messes. Let's have a look and see what the rewards were there. KSP's a pretty old game. Alright, what did we get there? Strategy changed. New strategies available. We earn back all those reputation points we lost. 9 pretzels and sodas, only 1 air sickness bag. Good money there, but no air sickness bag used on that group of Kerbals and 5 sodas. Not bad. And stagnated research. That makes sense. We do not want stagnated research, as we're struggling for science points as it is. That's awesome. Glad you think so. Something just blew up. We need that. Let's bring this crew home. I think it's targeted, but I'm not sure if it stays that way. Surface target. Yeah, there is a target. Good, good, good. Where is it? Oh, it's a little ways away. Jervy is exposed to extreme radiation. Yes, we know. We're on our way to go rescue you, Jervy. We'll save you from that extreme radiation. Alright, what's that altitude? 122. So it's 115 by, does that say 142? 115 by 142. That's not great. So it's between 115 and 142, and it's 121 right now. Not a great orbit. Nevertheless, we're on our way there. As long as all the engines light. They did. I think I parked it in a reasonably equatorial orbit, but you never know. Supersonic 6 kilometers. There's Mun. How you doing, Mun? Yeah, there's radiation belts. It's evil, actually. Not stock Kerbal. This is a mod called Kerbalism, which adds realism to Kerbal. Kerbalism. Is that where they made that up? I guess so. Is that the closest I'm going to get to flat? Come on, let's get a little flatter. Vertical much? Throttle. Oh dear. That is going to make an interesting burn. So worried about the inclination, didn't even notice the altitude. Engines safely. Touch that. Yeah, that's ridiculous. However, I think we've got a decent amount of delta V at this stage. How far off course are we? It's not great. Let's keep it really low. There. See if we can catch up in one orbit. Can't believe I overcooked it like that. Yes. To kitten or not to kitten. As someone who is both into realism but also into cats, I don't know, I guess it's a difficult moral dilemma. I guess ultimately I have to play it. All the engines lit, always a good sign. lousy, lousy launch. Hopefully we'll still be able to rendezvous. Yeah, I haven't looked at the specs yet. Hoping that my system will run it adequately. I bought this system so I could play KSP 2, whatever that is, somewhat effectively. Oh, should not have shut down quite yet. The 4 ignitions left on this. Stay. Are we at least above 4? No, we're not. So that's not great. Wow, must be late. We're doing it at a perfect time. We are at apoapsis now. Let's raise our periapsis. And let's just dump this. Our customary defective 1 solar panel. Still surviving on 3. Rendezvousing is difficult in KSP. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, it kind of comes second nature. I'm making it much harder for myself here. This is for a pretty good inclination. Music is much more intense than we really need for this kind of gameplay. Good enough. Bye, space junk. Yeah, aside from the malfunctioning solar panel. It's an Orion style, yeah. Borrowing some ideas from Starliner, the multiple engines on the bottom here, plus these redundant ones up on top, which can be fired with or without the bottom stage. So it's 3 sets of propulsion plus RCS. Some will burn like this, in fact. 36 meters per second. Shut these down. Just those. Let's see how close we are. 0.8 kilometers. We can get better than that. Watching these numbers down here on the bottom left now. See, these numbers are relatively new to KSP. Before you had these intersect points, it was very, very difficult to to rendezvous. You know, here I'm able to, 12 minutes away from our rendezvous point, I'm able to fine-tune our encounter, try to get it down to under a meter if possible, maybe into the millimeters. Nudging the RCS here and there. With an encounter under 100 meters now. Fine-tune that RCS. $17, $15, $11. 1. Let's get to the millimeters. There we are. 11 minutes from now will be 864 millimeters apart. I'll take that. The smaller engines. These are the Sparks. So these are like the gimbal. Liquid fuel, fairly low thrust, but really good specific impulse for their size. So you put a bunch of them together, they're pretty effective. You know, with Kerbalism, they're able to light 16 more times. Terrier here can light another 23 times, so save this for big burns. Use these small ones for maneuvering. Space shuttle engines, quite a bit bigger than these. Drifting apart a little bit. Turn the SAS on. 10 minutes. Radio? No, good. There you go. Uh-oh. 2 kilometers apart, we should be able to see it. There we go. Let's pick up a little speed. Hope not. For a tense use, because already over. We haven't docked yet. How embarrassing. There we go. Couldn't have touched it. We were doing better before. Closing up on half a kilometer away. It's a pretty big craft out there. This also has docked a crew transport used to go between low carbon orbit and Minmus. Can also do moon, not quite as efficiently. I think we're coming in kind of a weird angle. It's got us targeting the center of mass, but the docking port's actually down here. Did I get it? Did I actually get it? I think I did. Lost my own perspective there. So these are the little greenhouses that produce 5 food each, I think, every 30 days. I think that's about right. Really should pay more attention. See, you're still targeting center of mass. You want that. That's better. ought to do it. Way to switch to a docking port view? Yeah, there's a first person. I use locked. Locked basically puts you in direct perspective of the craft. Where are the crew on this thing? Here? John Carr. John. Jiffy Pop popcorn hab module, which turned out to be very, very small. Long nose on this thing. Okay, let's go look at that inflatable hab. It's supposed to have room for 3. Technically it does, but it is tiny. So it's got room for 3, but it wasn't very big. So the version that's actually going out to Eve is about 20% bigger. Long hallway, yep. He's just happy to be going home. Verse number 3. That'll make it easy. So this is saying 223 days, but I'm not sure what date that's counting. That's not how long these crew have been up here. That's probably how long that's been since the Eve test craft was launched, and there have been 2 crew up here, one to inflate the dome. You need 2 stupid engineers to do that. Are we free? I don't think so. Let's try again. Undock. There we go. Time to get you guys back on Terra Firma. Yeah, we got all 3 on board now. Don't think anyone's left on board here. Nope, that's it. All right. Oh, still in locked mode. Back to free. Concerned when we come down, just that we come down. What does trajectories have to say? Somewhere oceanic, that would be fine, just fine. Keep that service module a little longer. Vessel recovery, that was our airplane being recovered. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Ditch that. A service module. Yeah, probably could have aimed a bit better for actual KSC coast. This this capsule can land on water or land quite easily. Let's ride from the inside. You get the really cool sound effects. His guys are pleased as hell to be coming home. Oh, I'm starting to feel some G's. Couple of G's picking up, not quite a couple, maybe a third of a G. The RCS, they actually survive. So do the little engines out there. What's our altitude looking like? 50K. 54 anyway. 53 kilometers. Oh yeah, getting some heat. Taking that from G-forces. Still able to float around though. Starting to get a little bit heavier. Oh, getting real heavy. Oh, there we are. We're forced to stand up now. Still jumps pretty high though. Does this have a G meter on it? I don't think it does. Current lighting working nicely. Oh, look at the G-forces now. Oh yeah. Barely set up. Yeah, they get a little toasty on the outside, but they survive. We don't reuse the capsules anyway. Like it will be a water landing. Make sure those chutes are ready. Yeah, G-forces around 5 or 6 Gs in re-entry. And then altitude. Very, very accurate. Right about here. Always tempted to bail. Make someone go down on the chutes. Oh, weather couldn't be better. You knew, guys, just 500 more meters and you're home. Storms in the distance. Glad we missed that. There we go. They are back on water? Not quite land. Recover vessel. That'll get them home. Well, hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. It was a quick flight out to Desert Airfield and back, and then brought the rest of our crew home. We're going to skip ahead 100 days and come back closer to our eve launch for the next time we play. Thanks a lot for dropping in, Mel. Have an awesome night.